This is probably Mr. Dietro's favorite question of the night because it has the word Philadelphia Phillies included in it. So regardless of what's said after that, I think it's important to identify that the Clearwater Phillies in Spectrum Field are an important community asset in our community. Our Phillies came to this community in 1947, and since then, thousands of ball players, coaches, and spring training fans have enjoyed spring training and then called Clearwater home because of it. I think it's been reported, though I'm sure it's debatable, the Phillies bring an economic impact of $125 million a year to our community, and that's a very, very large number. Having said that, I think it's vitally important that the Phillies pay for their share of what they're asking for. I think the figure you identified was $69 million. I think it's important to say that $40 million of that is coming from county and a tourist development tax, and that's not all from the city. I think it's important as city officials, we lean heavily on the county officials and to make sure that they understand the importance of the Phillies, not just in our city, but in the region and the impact that they make. It is important as we talk about the cost that we're not mortgaging our children's future for something that's far too expensive. So there is an ask and there's a figure on the table. I don't think that line is set in stone, and that's the beginning of a negotiation that has to take place. As far as the park, I think it's just important to know that 17% of the voters in November voted on this referendum. 75% of them voted in favor of reinvesting in the park and redoing it. So something has to be done, but we need to ensure that what's being done is in the plans and the scope of what the voters voted on in that November, and not flip-flop that plan around on them to something bigger. So I think it's important that we find balance, and that whatever we end up doing is in the best interest of all our citizens in this community as taxpayers and our city as a whole.